Hello, Gwen and Jai Shri Mataji.
Hello, Daniel. Jai Shri Mataji.
And welcome everybody who are watching us. Thank you very much for that one. We are again with GWENAEL VEREZ. It's a big pleasure to talk with him. The people who are following us know, I hope very much that they watch already few other recording I've done with him. He's a very old Sahaja yogi. I mean, he old in Sahaja yoga. Sorry, I don't know how to put it. Not old. That's a stupid joke. But
Not at all.
he help Sahaja Yoga in Romania as well. Please watch our previous installment with Gwen, but also he's an author of books. I present just a few of them. This is Ganeshvara Amritanutaba, and this is The Search of the Divine Mother version, English version. Not the last one. Gwen told me that it's a last edition with different cover and a little bit more editing. And finally, I believe this is just before the last one, which we was talking last time. So today I want to talk about this one, and that's Hazrat Ali. Um, and Gwen agreed to talk about the little bit of things who maybe were not very well understood by some of the readers. So this is us. Just start with the question, because only the author can answer uh, from the first hand to what he is writing in the book. First of all, just a little bit of introduction in the differences in the Islam religion. The big difference in the Islam religion is Shia versus Sunni. Maybe not all the Sahaji knows about that, but was a big split between those branches of Islam. So, as many of us know, Sunni are majority in most of the Muslim countries, and Shia are a minority. If you talk at the Sangha of Islam, if I call it like that. But in Iran, it's exactly opposite. So Iran is the one country who have a Shia majority, and probably just pockets of Sunni somewhere in the border with Iraq. And they have some Zoroastri as well. So from that perspective, um, this book, obviously, being about Hazrat Ali, it's a book about Shia religion. Can you comment a little bit on that one? And you correct me if I was wrong in my assessments?
Yeah, I cannot say that you are wrong in your assessment, but I would not say that it is a book on Shia religion at all.
No.
It's a book on the beginning of Islam.
Yes.
It's a book about the beginning of Islam and the um, the the history of Hazrat Ali in the beginning of Islam. And as Hazrat Ali was together with Khadija, the first to get into Islam, to follow Muhammad's religion, as he followed Muhammad when Muhammad had his revelation in the mountain, in the caves above Mecca. Um, uh, the history of Hazrat Ali is totally the beginning of Islam. So my book is about Hazrat Ali in the beginning of Islam. So it's both the beginning of Islam and Hazrat Ali. The point is, I didn't want to write an historical book because it's not my purpose. I am not an historian. Secondly, I felt that I wanted to write a book that was spiritual. I wanted to write a book that would show to the readers the face of Hazrat Ali, the personality of Hazrat Ali. I wanted really the readers to see Hazrat Ali in front of them when they would read the book. I wanted that they feel Hazrat Ali, that they love Hazrat Ali. And this was done all together with a strong backing from historians. Because all the events that are told in the book come from the history of the beginning of Islam. All what was told, except a few examples, but all what was told was the history of Islam, and I wanted to really show the history of this beginning of Islam through the people who saw that, so that it's like a film. You would see really from the vision of people. Of the people who participated, who attended this start of Islam, that you could see what was happening, I come back to your point about Shia or Sunni.
Yeah.
I would say that the fundamental difference between the Shia and the Sunnis is that the Sunnis consider Hazrat Ali as one of the successors of Muhammad.
Imam, the first Imam.
No, not the first successor, the first caliph, the first successors.
Yeah.
And the Shia believe that Hazrat Ali was unique, that he was a prophet as well. So he was not a successor. That's why they called him an imam, a leader.
Yeah.
So I think that is the main difference.
Yeah.
And indeed, all what we see from the beginning of Islam is that Hazrat Ali was a unique personality, far above the other successors that were Abu Bakr, Omar, and Uthman. So in that sense, that book refers more to what the Shia believe.
Yes.
But for me, it's not at all about Shia or Sunnis.
Yeah.
Because I have nothing to do with going into this kind of controversies. I want to go into the depths of the message, incarnation, and the glory of Hazrat Ali.
Yeah.
And that was the purpose of that book. Not only that, I felt that among the great incarnations that have trodden this Mother Earth, Hazrat Ali is probably one of the greatest prophets that is the most unknown.
Yes. Yeah.
And is unknown on the historical part. There are not so many books about him in English. There are not. I think you would see 2 or 3 maybe good historical books specifically focused on him. But I think he's even more unknown from the greatest perspective of his spirituality.
Yep.
And in that sense, I would refer to one of the last sayings of one of his disciples that was killed by the followers of Islam after Hazrat Ali. His name was Kumail, and he said, you can tell whatever you like. He was really, just before he got killed, assassinated, he said, you can say whatever you like. For me, the true religion is that of God, is that of Hazrat Ali. Yeah. The true religion of God is that of Hazrat Ali. And that's what I wanted to show, to express. And moreover, through, let's say, an artistic attempt, a literary attempt to glorify this incarnation, the greatest incarnation of Brahmadeva, to glorify what Brahmadeva brings to us, that is, in our subtle system, that is creativity and knowledge. So my aim was to write an artistic, and I found the inspiration from Khalil Gibran's book. Okay. Of course, my style, the book Khalil Gibran, not the prophet, but the Jesus, the Son of Man. So actually, it's my wife who told me to do it, and as soon as she said that I should do it this way, I really started writing the book. Concerning the sayings of Hazrat Ali that have been put in that book,
in his mouth,
I have really made the differentiations between, let's say, my vision and the sayings of Hazrat Ali. On one side, I have my vision, and that vision of Hazrat Ali is my vision, and is a spiritual vision. And as a spiritual vision, I believe it is true, not in a historical sense, but in a spiritual sense.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I have included in that book what the tradition has recorded as sayings of Hazrat Ali or sayings of Shri Fatima.
Yeah.
And I have selected a few, but still not so few. I mean, there are quite a quantity of sayings from Hazrat Ali that are really expressing his greatness, his incredible greatness.
Where do you find these sayings, Gwen?
These sayings were found in the Naj al-Balagha, which is it's shown in the references in my book. Naj al-Balagha means in Arabic or in Persian, I don't know. I think it's either in Farsi or in Arabic. It means the voice of the eloquence. And eloquence being actually the quality of right Swadhisthana. And as such, the quality brought by Hazrat Ali on this earth. So I took the things from Naj al-Balagha, And I took also the sayings from other books, especially from one of the greatest researcher of Islam, one professor at the Sorbonne University, who wrote a book about Hazrat Ali, and a few sayings were taken from that book. Especially when, for example, when Hazrat Ali compares himself to Jesus Christ, or when Muhammad refers to Jesus Christ when he speaks about Hazrat Ali. Such things were taken from that book. And also from some quotes were taken from some hadith by the hadiths of the Prophet Muhammad. So three main sources for these quotes, Daniel.
Just a second. I'm not able to find in the bibliography the Naj Halbo. Maybe you will send me on not now, but just for
Oh yeah.
just for me.
Bibliography. It's called because I think it is the second reference. Ali ibn Abu Talib, Naj
Yeah,
al-Balaga.
yeah.
Second reference.
Thank you very
And
much.
I've
That's
given
what
this.
I'm talking about. Yes, thank you for yes. Okay, that's good. Yep, yep, fine. I wasn't able to chewing gum and work in the same time, listening to you and looking for the bibliography.
Going back to these sayings by Hazrat Ali, I have selected the ones I found the most genuine, and this refers to my own discretion, my own selection.
Yep.
It can be taken as subjective by some people, and and it can be for me. It just might of my discrimination. So that's it. Going back to your question about the Sunnis and the Shia, for sure, I do not want to raise any controversy. I don't care about Sunnis or Shia. I mean, for me, today the advent of Her Holiness Sri Mataji Nirmala Devi has put us much above all these controversies. But of course, some people that have read my book and are not disciples of Sri Mataji Nirmala Devi. They are people who discovered my book from Amazon and so on.
Yeah.
And some have been very praiseful. And some others have been very disappointed because they considered my book as taking the scissors of Shiism.
Yeah.
But who cares? I don't care.
That's good. Very good attitude. I'm the same. Maybe I need a little bit of more uh, precise information for the people, even Sahaj Yogi, who maybe doesn't know exactly how the things are going with Shri Mohammed and his family. Maybe not everybody knows that Shri Hazrat Ali was Shri Fatima's husband, was incarnation, like you said before, of Shri Brahmadeva, one of the very few incarnation of Shri Brahmadeva, and he was father of Hassan and Hussein. For the political reasons, after Muhammad died, as Shri Mataji said, poisoned by other,
Oh yeah,
yes,
we know by whom.
yes, okay. Uh, all these
He
guys,
was poisoned by Aisha,
all,
and it was poisoned by Aisha, and
yeah,
it's more or less mentioned in the book, explaining.
all these people who were against Muhammad, poisoning him, poisoning him, killing Hazrat Ali, killing his sons, Hassan and Hussein, which were also incarnations, withdraw from the so-called right religion. And historically, the split wasn't next day, but historically, all these guys formed the majority of the Islamic people, which are now known by Sunni, and the people who are still believing Hazrat Ali. Fatima, it's recognized by everybody, but Hazrat Ali, Hassan, and Hussein are recognized only by Shia, not by Sunni. Why? Because the Sunni killed them. So again, like you said before, I don't care about them. It's not about taking parts here, but we have to know the truth, say the truth, and make people who maybe don't know or understand wrongly how the situation is. So this guy killed for political reason, for yes, was a fight for power in the end, but not from Hazrat Ali's side. He was a saint. That's and an incarnation. That's above any doubt. Saying that we are not on the on the Shia side. We are on the truth side. The fact that you dare to speak about that require courage. It's very good to tell the truth. And everybody who doesn't understood or doesn't like this, so be it. That's my opinion too. On the literary and maybe romanticized side, I use the word on the literary side, not being a romantic novel, but the uh, literary approach,
Poetical, maybe.
poetical, yes, approach. Again, for me was a good thing because that make the character closer to us. Was easy for us to understood them, put them in this situation, in this put this stuff in their word. In the end, you are a Sahaja with discretion, with illumination, and you if you don't do anything wrong, it's your way of doing stuff. That's what I dare to conclude what I understand from reading the book, but also from what you said before. I'm right or I'm right?
Yeah. I wanted to maybe to adjust your comment on the fact that the Sunnis killed Hazrat Ali and his son. I would not phrase it that way. I would say
Hold on a
that
second. I will rephrase. Uh, Sunni do not kill Hazrat Ali and Hassan and, and Hussein. The people who kill Hazrat Ali and Hassan and Hussein after that become Sunni. So that's my
no, the problem is that at the beginning of Islam, when Muhammad died, there was a struggle for power,
yes.
and that struggle for power was taken over by those people that was won by those people who were actually previously not following Muhammad,
Yep.
that had been vanquished by Muhammad. The merchants, the traders of Mecca, and unfortunately, and that's what I express also in my book. Some people didn't have that discretion, and they followed the wrong side, and it's always a problem when incarnations come on this earth. We are free, and it is through our discretion that we either go on the right side or on the wrong side. And some people, unfortunately, with lack of discretion, with lack of understanding, with lack of also of love, went in the wrong direction. And this wrong direction that was taken over by the let's say the power, those people who had that greed for power. The most relevant of them is Muawiyah. Muawiyah being the son of Abu Sufyan. Abu Sufyan being the let's say the most affluent person in Mecca, who was really against Muhammad all his life, except that when he was vanquished at the end of his life. So Muawiyah, Srimadaji said, was a very, very horrible person, and I think that many people in the Islamic world today, whether they are Sunnis or Shia, would agree with that. Muawiyah was a very, very horrible person, and from an historical point, you see that he was a very horrible person. That's no question about that. And amazingly, Shrimadaji said that he was a reincarnation of Paul. And like Augustine, Shrimadaji really said on different interviews, different talks, she said that Augustine, Muawiyah, and Paul were the same personality, incarnating again and again to mislead people. And so that's it. And so I think that again, what you say is obviously valid. What we are looking is for truth, and there is no doubt that Hazrat Ali was appointed by Muhammad to be his follower, his successor. He clearly said that he would lead Islam, in the meantime, that's where the controversy comes. Muhammad also said that the Sangha, which the name of the Sangha in Arabic is, I meet the Arabic word, which I have mentioned several times.
Ummah.
The Ummah. Yeah, the Ummah. The Ummah was, of course, the follower of Muhammad. Because that ambiguity, the lack of discretion of people could not understand the ambiguity between the Ummah being the follower of Muhammad and Hazrat Ali being the follower of Muhammad. Because indeed, who followed Muhammad? Not Hazrat Ali, who is follower of Muhammad. Hazrat Ali is Hazrat Ali.
He was the first Muslim.
He was the first Muslim, and anyway, he was not the follower. He was Hazrat Ali. He was just a divine principle. Yeah. So he was not the follower, but he was supposed to lead afterwards, after Muhammad. And the point is, the followers are really the Ummah for sure. We are the followers of Muhammad. We are all the followers of Muhammad, whether Christians, Hindus, or let's say Shinto. We are all the followers of Muhammad.
I want to make another little make it clear, a little clarification. When I talk about this controversial issue and said that someone killed someone and that becomes something, and this is Sunni and this is Shia, please do not think, not you, I'm talking about the people who are listening to us, do not think that I'm pro one side or another. That happened 700 years ago, maybe no, more, 1,300 years ago, nearly, or 1,200. And they, both of them, Shia and Sunni, become organized religion. The fact that the Shia now it's majority in Iran doesn't make them better, doesn't make them so. We or I saying that, saying the Sunni kill Shia and they become Sunni, whatever, um, doesn't means we taking part of one side or another, or one country who now become majority in one religion or another, or denomination. On short, saying that, at least myself, I don't support Iran, for example, now. Although I have a big admiration for the Iranian people, historically speaking, and I believe one of the big drama of these people is the fact that was under Islam. They can probably thrive much better but again, that's a supposition, under Zoroastrianism, which was the first monotheistic religion. So, yeah, I want to make that clarification. I'm not sure if you agree with that.
Oh yes. Anyway, the William Blake said that all religions are one, and religion has to do about us individually, and of course collectively, but fundamentally about us, about being an enlightened personality, being that's what religion is, and fundamentally the followers of Muhammad are the people who have really tried to find that religion within them, and not to impose any religion on others, to find that religion within them.
Yeah.
And these people are fundamentally the Sufis.
Yes.
And the Sufis can be both sides. I mean, you have beautiful Sufis in the Sunni or in the Shia. I mean, the Sufism transcends any any
Denomination.
visions, transcend that, and I think that the what is important is about us individually, is about our intimate religion, that religion that is within ourselves. Um, um, and amazingly, Sri Mataji referred the Shia people to be the disciples of Fatima. And I love that image because she didn't mention Fatima when she said that. She said Sri Sita. They are the disciples of Sita.
Uh-huh.
And Sri Sita being the incarnation of Mahalakshmi. And there are, as Sri Mataji said, there has been 4 or 5 main incarnations of Sri Mahalakshmi. The first one being Sri Sita, the second one being Sri Radha, the fourth one being the third one being Sri Mary, and the fourth one being Sri Fatima. And there have been others like Nanaki also, but if we follow Muhammad, because being a person who follows Islam is being a person who surrenders to God. who surrenders his evolution to God. That means surrendering to the divinity that is within ourselves. Is nothing else than following this principle of evolution incarnated by Sri Mahalakshmi, who is a Shakti of the Guru.
Yeah.
And as such, if we go to that essence, that is what is the essence of fundamentally our religion, to grow the path of evolution and to contemplate the divinity through the heart. That means through the inner love, through the devotion that we have for the Eternal Mother, who incarnated in this on this Mother Earth several times to bring the evolution to higher steps. And as such, you will find in that book of mine, this little book on Hazrat Ali, a wonderful speech by Sri Fatima, whom I consider as very moving, very moving. And I think that our approach towards Sri Hazrat Ali, and as such towards Sri Fatima, who had amazingly other aspects, because Sri Mataji said she was also Sri Saraswati. She was really the complete incarnation of the Adi Shakti. This let's say reaching the depths of Hazrat Ali's incarnation can only be done through the heart, and not through any mental analysis or whatever. So when I wrote the book, I was in contact with a professor of Islam at the Sorbonne University, and I asked him whether I could quote one of his book, where he explains how the Quran was changed, especially by Muhayya, and he was very happy that I was writing a book on Hazrat Ali, and he said, "Please send it to me when you have finished it." And a few weeks after I sent him the book, he sent me a beautiful letter and beautiful email, where he said how much he had loved the book, and he found the book very historical, and but fundamentally he was, I think he was moved by the love, this eternal love that you can feel in any spiritual writing, and the purpose of art is to put us in a state of wonder, because this is in a state of wonder that we reach that inner depth within us, that deep silence, that love, that greatness of the connection that we have with the divine, the divine in his eternal, infinite, supreme form, and the divine within us, expressed within us, as we are just the mirrors of this incredible divinity that created that world.
In the end, I want to recommend to everybody not necessarily to write the book, but to be a little bit more aware about, because we have the tendency to work on the uh, working path. Not that I'm advocating to go astray, but sometimes it's good to go a little bit deep in the different aspects of God. And this one, it's one of the aspects which we find it, when I say we, that's Delia, my wife, and I, find it a little bit neglected. The reason for us to buy the book, reading the book, go a little bit more into this part of neglected religion by the Western people and by the Sahaja Yogi, um, help you to go a little bit more deep into understanding the principle of Guru, and not only. So our right Svadhisthana probably will be a little bit better if we are putting a little bit more attention on Shri Hazrat Ali, which again we acknowledge as often as possible when it's coming to different holiday. It's good to acknowledge principle of and incarnations, or principle of God in different forms. It's good because that help you to be close to God. That's my opinion. So if you want to add something, you are most welcome.
I agree with you. Obviously, I agree with you because I wrote several books and I translated many writings, especially Gyaneshvara's writings. I will address your point twofold, Daniel. The first point is that what I know today about Hazrat Ali, about Janeshvara, about Kabir, about Khalid Gibran, I know all that because of Srimadaji. And I am capable of understanding that depth of these writings because I have followed the teachings of Srimadaji. And for me, there is no greater source of knowledge than Amruta. I love putting a keyword on Amruta and finding. I mean, I love and there is obviously no greater source of knowledge, because that source of knowledge explains the rest.
But you have to go to the rest as well.
But Srimataji said that she said, I mean, I was present when she said to the French yogis that we have to write. Yes. We have to write. Yeah. Because she said, when you write, you raise the unconscious, and you raise the spiritual truth in the unconscious, and as such you participate to the evolution. That's one point, and if she said so, that means we have to do it, and that's why I have done it. That's why the purpose of the Search of the Divine Mother and Hazrat Ali is following that let's say command that Srimataji actually, I felt she gave it to me, but she said that to many, actually to the whole Sangha, and particularly to the French. But Srimataji also said that we should read Kabir. She said that we should read Shankaracharya, that we should read the Upanishads.
Yes.
She said that Jnaneshvara's book, Amritanubhava, is the ultimate world of spirituality. Imagine Srimataji saying that book is the ultimate word on spirituality. Imagine. Yeah. She didn't say the ultimate, she said the final word. It's a final word on spirituality. That means you read that book, you reach the end. That's the end. There's nothing to add behind that. Yeah. She also said that, for example, Jnaneshvari, for which I have done a translation myself, and it will be ready, I hope, before the end of the year in English. It's already available in French. She said that Jnaneshvari is the one of really the greatest book ever, and I consider that book to be the greatest. For me, the greatest book. And the point is, the different writings of incarnations respond differently, vibrate differently in our inner system, in our inner, in that temple of God that we have within us.
Yeah.
And especially, I have been very keen all my life. That has been one of the most relevant parts of my spirituality, was to read the writings of the different incarnations of the disciple principle, like Shankaracharya, like William Blake, like Markandeya, like Kabir, like Jnaneshvara, and so on. And these writings show a different perspective. They show the perspective of the disciple principle. Yeah. And we are ourselves disciples. Yeah. We are disciples of God. We are disciples of Srimataji. So we are the disciples. We are the sons of the Adishakti. And in that sense, and I will go back to that topic when maybe we introduce Jnaneshvari in a future recording. But it is just a matter of a different perspective. The perspective of the disciples who contemplate the glory and the eternal image of the divine, or the divine speaking to us. And if ever I have tried one thing in this book, HAZRAT Ali, is to express the disciple principle. Because I am a disciple. I am a disciple of HAZRAT Ali. I am a disciple of Srimataji. I am a disciple of all incarnations. Yeah. And as such, the perception of the divine that we have is through the disciple principle. Our guru being the Atman, fundamentally, within us. So we are the disciples, and that is what matters. And as such, if Srimataji has sent so many incarnations to give, to provide, and to share the spiritual depths on this earth, it means something. Yes. And a final word on that is that Srimataji was our mother, and she really she said so. She said I could have spoken like Shakespeare, but I didn't want to speak like Shakespeare because otherwise you would not have understood me.
Yeah.
So she spoke in a very, very, uh, let's say,
Down to
difficult
earth.
to say that, but
Down to
very
earth.
simple,
Simple. Yeah.
very simple motherly way. But
Yes.
her motherly love was so poetical to us and so vibrating in our hearts. Um, um, but the disciple principles uh, really could express the divine in other poetical words, in other poetical ways. And these poetical ways, this poetry, uh, if we look at Khalil Gibran or Kabir or Markandeya, their poetry, this is art, and art elevates us. Art puts us in a state of wonder, and art connects us to God. And that, uh, um, uh, I think that the divine has provided us all the means to be close to the divine, to be close to God. And all these writings are actually, like Amruta, all these writings by incarnation are the genuine ones, because not all are genuine. All these writings are they are just coming from God as well.
Absolutely.
Actually, in a deep sense, there is no difference between what is written in Amruta and what is written by Janeshvara or Shankaracharya
Yeah.
or William Blake.
Complementing. Are complementing each other.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm very happy that we have more subject to talk about in the future meeting. If you agree, we have on the plan to talk about this book sometimes. Hopefully, we will find time for that, and make sure that you are. I'm talking with the people who are listening to us on Janeshvara book. It's about Gita comments by Janeshvara. So we still have to talk about few books and few subject. One of my favorite subject is us being the disciples, which I'm very happy to be. And we have to take very serious our role of disciples to make sure that we get it right, to be close to God. Um, so if you want to add something in the end, Gwen, please.
Let's just say thank you, Daniel. Thank you for, let's say, giving us an opportunity to share experience, share our let's say our thoughts in a beautiful way of thoughts, huh? Our let's say our experience, and thank you for that. We are good friends, and we met a long time ago, nearly 40 years ago
36.
in 36 years ago in Romania, and since then uh, we lost tracks from each other, huh? Because you went to New Zealand, but through the ether, through these beautiful ways of the ether, that we can connect again. And I'm always happy to talk to you and to be with you through these um, interviews. Although I repeat it, I don't like to be recorded, and I don't like to be shown on screen. But well, as you are a friend and a brother, it's difficult to refuse that. It's difficult. My heart is crying, and it's difficult. All the more because you are a very tenacious personality. So that's it. So thank you very much, Daniel, and let's see each other for another event. Bye
Yes,
bye.
these days these days are exactly 36 years since we've been together to Bulgaria. I remember even now all this trip when we saw Shrimataji for the first time, and obviously I remember you holding meditation. I remember your leather jacket. I remember the tree under we stay in the park in Sofia for the meditation. Obviously, Shrimataji, we saw her 3 times, maybe four with the no, 4 times with the airport. So yes, you are right. The link between us is very strong. But also you are right. That is just half of the reason you agree, and I thank you very much for that. And I know you are very shy, or not shy, but you don't like to be visible, and I appreciate very much that you've done that for me. And also you are right that you are doing because I'm very, very persuasive. So that's me. When I really, really want something, I won't stop until the person told me go away. So thank you for not saying that. And slowly, slowly, we are well able to talk about very interesting things. So we have to agree that my way of persuasion wasn't for nothing, and the people probably will listen, and maybe some of them will decided that it's good to open a little bit more.
Thank you, Daniel. By the way, as you told me that many people who follow that channel are in India,
Yes,
my books are available in Poti, and as such, they are not so expensive as they would be at Lulu. So just to mention that Poti India is distributing the books. And as such, the books are available in India very easily.
that information is good not only for the Indians, but also for the other Sahajogi from different parts of the world, because the books are cheaper there in
Yeah, but
in
I think it's in other countries it probably more.
the transport.
mm, yeah, I think I think it's better to do it with Lulu in terms of tax, in terms of
Yeah,
shipment and so
and
on. In
postage.
terms of
Yeah.
shipment. Um, Good. Bye bye, Daniel.
Thank you
Jai
very
Shri
much,
Mataji.
Jay Mataji, and thank you everybody who are watching us. Until next time, stay safe. Jay Mataji.